Hi, good day, good night, good evening, depending on what time you happen to be watching this. Welcome to another episode of House of Stars. I'm your girl Starre, and today, as you can see from the title, I am reading on the sun sign of Aquarius for the month of November. I know I'm a little bit late. I can't even say a little bit. I am late. But you know what? When it comes to these readings, they don't have to necessarily be like a timestamp or like time specific. This reading is obviously a general reading, so make it resonate the way that it needs to resonate. When it comes to my reading, I am an energy channeler, so meaning that I just tap into energy based on what spirit tells me, and in correlation to what's going on in the planets is how I do my readings. Again, what I said before, it's like readings are not gender specific, so meaning if I use pronouns like he or she, you can just reverse them or change them the way that you feel is fit. Even some situations do not exactly have to do with love. It could be a work situation, a family situation. But I usually go in the sector of talking about what I pick up in general. Then I move into love, and then I move into career and finances, and then I finish up with spiritual messages for those that are Aquariuses that are into spirituality or tapping into their gifts or resonate with such, okay? So I'm just going to tap into the energies and see what my ancestors are saying right now. Okay. When I tapped into the energy, the first thing I saw was like a golden torch, like a rod. And then I saw like a chariot, but it was like a chariot that's like driving away on the yellow brick road. So, which is saying to me that there's a lot of Aquariuses right now that are actually embarking on a new venture in their life, whether it be actually something that has to do with career, or if it has to do with just even like your mindset and how you're going about things. It's like you're moving into a new energy, a new sense of self, a new journey, a new recreation of aspects of who you are. And it's almost like when I'm seeing this, it's weird how they use the symbolism of the yellow brick road. So it's obviously like, you know how they had to go see the good witch and things like that. So it's almost like you're down a pathway of finding good counsel, okay? I'm almost getting the sense that there's a lot of Aquariuses that have been going through issues, especially in the past like 2 to 3 months, where it's like you had to break ties from people that you were associated with, where you it's almost like you stayed in situations based on your loyalty. You know what I mean? Where it's like you kind of knew the person wasn't good for you, kind of knew that the person wasn't really or the counsel of any sort didn't really have any good intentions for where you were trying to go, but because of your sake of loyalty is that you stayed. So I almost get the sense that there's a certain mythology, whether it be a job, whether it be a relationship, whether it be a friendship, that you are moving away from that to move into a space of better counsel, okay, is what I'm getting. I'm also seeing, I don't know why I'm going back to the chariot, but I'm also seeing something with car, okay? And it's weird because this came up in Capricorn's reading. But I'm also feeling that there might be some issues that may be coming up with a car or a change of car. I don't know why specifically I'm being drawn to the tires. So I don't know if it's like you need to get some new winter tires or you have some tires that are about to be worn out. I don't know what. I'm just going in what Spirit says. I just feel like around the month of November, this is definitely a time for you to look at your tires. I don't know why I heard tires. I'm also getting an energy as well, like you stepping into a different aspect of your beauty. I don't know if there's like some of you guys that are thinking about changing the way that you dress or maybe going on a diet or something like that, but I definitely see that there's some change in your outlook, your outer exterior as well. It's almost like you're changing the way that it's almost like you're shedding a new skin and stepping into a new aspect. It's almost like, you know, the energy of like dress for success. It's like you're changing the way that you carry yourself on your exterior so that you can actually attract much more better things to your life, or even your mindset. Like even, it doesn't have to necessarily be clothing. It could even just be like, say if on a regular basis, you usually have more of a more reserved demeanor. It's like you want to kind of assert a more positive, bubbly, outgoing demeanor. It's like there's something about your demeanor and how you're seen or being viewed is that you're moving into a space of changing that. Like you're wanting to show the world a better side of yourself. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is not something that you don't have in you. Like you're trying to assume a whole different persona that has like nothing to do with who you are. It's more or less in the space of like, I want to step into the goodness of who I am and what I'm capable of. And I feel like these are probably the necessary things that I need to use as a medium to kind of attract that. You know what I mean? It's the energy that I'm getting. When I move into career, I don't know why I'm picking up education. So some of you guys are probably either getting into teaching or taking an additional course or something like that, or watching videos even online. I don't know why I see the sense of education that is taking a forefront right now. It's almost like what I could say is a lot of you Aquariuses are not really sitting and waiting. I feel like maybe around the summertime or so, that was the energy, like of you waiting for something to happen or something to embark or change. But I feel like mainly Aquariuses are right now it's like you're walking a path. Like you see how like in The Wizard of Oz, going back to that, where it's like they were just following the yellow brick road. You know what I mean? And there was a series of different events, people they met, and going down the road until they met and got to the castle. So it's like almost like the energy I'm getting right now is like you guys are not exactly in a space of being in a rush. You know what I mean? It's like you already know that you're on your path, and it took you a lot to even be where you are. So you're just riding the wave for whatever it is worth. You know what I mean? The energy I'm getting with love. I feel like love is very tricky right now, especially for Aquarius in the month of November, because there's two things I'm getting. It's almost like damned if you do, damned if you don't. There's almost like coexisting within a relationship only for the simple fact of like having more honor for self, like allowing yourself to have your own experiences and not allowing other people's energy to deter you, even if you are in a relationship. And then there's also that aspect of like not really worried about what relationships can bring, because you want to keep your options open. Like I don't really get that love is on your mind as strong as it is. Like, but it's funny because Aquarius can be fickle like that, because you know they do say that the sign can come off as being aloof, but generally speaking, when an Aquarius is in love, they actually put their whole heart in it. It's like literally everything that they want. You know what I mean? It's like everything they want, everything they need, everything that they're looking for, they put really 110% into that relationship. But you guys are more stepping into an energy of self and like new. So like meaning like you kind of want to put yourself in a space of being able to reap the rewards of whatever people can offer you on your pathway. Like you don't want to stay like exclusive to like the status quo. You know what I mean? Even if you still remain in a relationship, at the end of the day, it's like you're really taking this time and energy to kind of make you and get you right, is the energy that I'm getting. When I get to, I think I touched on the career already. Finances feel like they're good. It almost feels like I'm hearing like re-up. So meaning like, I don't know if you guys had to spend a lot of money, like when it comes to this like career change or like physical change you had to make. And it's like, right now, you got to re-up the money that is spent. It's like almost like it's the energy that I'm getting. Essentially, I feel like money is flowing well, because it feels like to me like you already have like a decent outlet of what you're working from and what you're doing in order to be successful in whatever it is that you're doing. When it comes to spirituality, I don't know why I just got this piece of paper. So almost like I'm hearing like in the month of November, considering that we only like a week and a half left, not even. But I would say, generally speaking, from now until moving into the new year, when it comes to your manifestation, you would do well for penmanship, like writing down the things that you desire, writing down your manifestations is what I'm getting. It's like the way to go is to kind of write everything down. Like I'm here, write everything down. I also see paper burning. I don't know why I just got that, but there's a lot of people. This could resonate for a good few of you. Sorry, I'm getting uncomfortable. This could resonate for a good few of you, but I'm almost feeling like, I don't know if you guys have heard of, I guess you can call it a spell or spiritual practice or whatever the case may be, or exercise, where you write out a letter to the person that either offended you or hurt you. Like, you write down the things that you never really got to say, or really get to confront, and you write everything down, and you burn the piece of paper, and like you burn it outside and like leave it to the wind. I feel like that's a really good time for you guys. It's really good for you guys. I know that towards the ending of the year, I believe Jupiter is gonna be in Aquarius, if I'm not mistaken. So something is very resonant, and of course Aquarius is our air sign, so something is very resonant when it comes to manifestation and working in the energy of air. You know what I mean? I almost get the sense, like, if you want to manifest something where you're trying to expand or you're trying to grow, the best thing to do is, especially when it comes to this paper, or this manifestation exercise where you write down your petitions. Write down your petitions and burn it on a Thursday, okay? And make sure that it's done outside. And then allow the wind to kind of take your wishes, the smoke, to the heavens, okay? But I'm also hearing that when it comes to anything that you need, when it comes to closure, or when it comes to like speaking your piece, and like, because I feel like a lot of it doesn't necessarily have to do with like other people. Like, I'm also feeling as well like it could even do with yourself. Like, you want to write this letter to like your, I don't know, 21-year-old self, or like yourself before you made this transition, whatever age, space, person that you feel you were in that time. But writing a letter or writing down your thoughts, and then kind of going from there. You know what I mean? Is what I'm getting. Sorry. Ooh, as you know, it's true. But I'm hearing that write those things down. Write it down, write it and burn it, and send it outside. It's funny because it's funny that how, going back to the Aquarius, the Jupiter and Aquarius type thing, and also we're moving very closely into Sagittarius season, and that's obviously fire. It's like that certain element, and putting those two together will definitely be a good manifestation time when it comes to writing things out, is what I'm getting. So that's what I do get for the month of November for the sign of Aquarius. If you have any questions or concern or want to get a private reading with me, you can hit me up on the links that are in the description box. Again, be sure to comment on the video if this resonates with you, or if you have any further questions when it comes to the reading. Be sure to put it in the inbox as well. So I do want to thank you so much for your time and rocking with me. May God bless you and the angels protect you. Good night.